It's political, baby.
Yes, sir. We rolling. It's your boy Reposado Rel, aka Fleon Sanders, and you are now tuned into It's Fucking Political. To the left, to the right of me, I got some good people in the room. So if you next up, state your name and talk your shit.
Lenny G in the building, aka Chef Lenny. I am releasing Bulletproof Lenny. I am not. I'm emotional.
Bulletproof Lenny.
It's your boy, It's Fucking Political, Big Phil, aka Flatbush Funnest. We here.
Phil.
We in the building.
Let's go.
You know.
That's Phil Prince over there.
Tony Dre, 605, Dating is a Gamble, book on Amazon. The realest content creator you ever met in your life. Got to add something extra because people doing different shit. Passing the rock on to the next man. Let's do it.
How You Stop 'Em, a.k.a. No Noise 418, a.k.a. Voice of Reason, A Quiet Place, EP out on all platforms.
Yo, so what's good, y'all? Talk to me. What up? What's new? Talk y'all shit. What up?
You're the new one.
You should be starting this.
Facts.
Shout out to the fact that, you know, we got the hashtags for the names.
Okay.
Yes, we have Mr. Rel and Miss Mimi have just decided to actually tie the knot.
It's Mr. and Mrs. Randolph.
The Randolphs.
Okay.
Yes,
Rudolph.
You know, we
Nah,
have.
don't do my shit like that. My shit sound, Randolph sound real like, elegant-ish, little prince, real like Englandish.
I'm here for it.
But we different royal family.
The
I'm
royal
here
family though.
for
Yeah, it's
it.
loud though. Yeah, appreciate y'all.
I would say this past Saturday was so beautiful. It was such a shout out to Sarah. She definitely did an amazing job.
Big
and shout out to
Sarah.
you for planning it. And nervous as hell, kept the nigga shades on while he was doing the shit.
yeah.
Oh, shades in the dark
He had his shades on. He was about to shit a brick, but
Nah, I was. I ain't gonna lie.
he was about to
At
shit
least
a
it was bright in there though.
I was.
Yeah, but it was beautiful. It was love in the room. It was literally like just like family. Like I was in there like OTF.
Nah, I ain't
Like
gonna
underneath
lie.
my breath. It was beautiful. It was a lot of love in that room and a lot of like great emotions and just like life. I think that was like the best way to describe that room. It's just like, damn, this is love, this is life, like this is family, this is friendship. Like it was so beautiful to be a part of it.
That's a fact though. Yeah, definitely want to shout out my fiance. And, I want to shout out all of y'all though. I ain't gonna lie, like you know what I mean. Like y'all my fam, and like not no cap, but like all of y'all helped me like in that moment. Me pulling through and seeing all of y'all there, and just having that, like planning a speech all day, like being nervous and shit, but seeing everybody there, it was just motivation. It was just like I had it under control. So shout y'all out, appreciate y'all.
We
so
cried
love.
together.
Congrats.
That's it.
Draymond cried too.
Definitely congrats.
I
Definitely
don't even know
congrats.
where that happened.
He cried. He was next to me. He was sniffling. Phil was too. He was behind me. Yeah. Phil was over there. Wait, Phil was acting like he was wiping the sweat off his forehead. He was really getting the tears underneath his eyes. I called him.
Shit was emotional though.
He did one of like he did. Wait, I called Phil. I ain't say nothing though, but I called Phil because Phil did one of these like he was acting like he's wiping his sweat, but really he was like.
Look, I'm tell the truth, yo. The next day after, I played nothing but OG 70s love music.
Love
You know
song.
that LTD. I played.
When you tagged us in that, that's
I played that Willie Hutch again. I Choose You. Yes, I was all the way there. I might do this shit again if it don't work.
Whoa,
the next time.
yo, can I get the drum roll for that one?
it.
Not Monarch.
Yes, he
Not
will.
Monarch. You doing it again? Just breaking the wall down a little bit.
Hold up, my vetting process is a little bit different this go around. I was inspired.
See, you know what, yo, I ain't gonna lie though, it's crazy because like, yo, Matt, like, shout out like to a lot of people that was hitting me up from like people I didn't even talk to in years, like the posters went around and like speaking of what he said, like people tell me, yo, like I inspired them, like yo, this shit was dope, like they want to, they want to do the same thing. So shout out to Love inspiring everybody, and yeah, it's a vibe. It's on.
It's a love episode. Okay.
Until we get into the topics, let's get it.
But no, that's dope. That's dope. And you know what? That's something that black people could come together for once. Instead of us, all the shit that's been going on and we complaining and shit is no justice, this negative shit, this. So to have something positive that, the mother folks, I won't say who, could look and say, you can't criticize this. You can't criticize this. When you see something like that, we come together.
Black love is always on top.
Let's give an air horn for Black Love.
Yeah.
Yeah, So what's on the agenda? What we talking about today, y'all? Well, matter of fact, I guess I'll jump it up. We was talking about
the meme joint.
You know, I guess they had this meme that was going around. They was talking about, since we kind of on the same, you know, a lot of what happened this weekend and everything that's going on. They was saying that married men, and don't put me in this shit, but they're saying that married men and single men shoot their shot more than single men. You know, so do you guys feel
Married
that?
men.
Wait, say that one more
Man.
time.
Yeah. So
Relationship.
take it back. Married men and men in relationships,
Right, because I was like,
shoot
what?
their shots more than single men. Is that like? Do you feel that's cap, or do you feel that they dragging it?
I feel like that's real.
You think so?
I feel that obviously when you single, it's just you by yourself. The relationship or the married men that actually are jumping the gun are actually doing it because they got somebody and they're probably hunting for something that they missing with the person that they with, and then that's why they shooting their shot so much.
See, but that right, I mean, I feel it's a little bit of both though, because I feel like, you know, it depends on the man and his level of discipline and who he is at that time. You know, I feel like, if you choose to get married, right, and you in that situation, like, you know, you kind of know what you want, you know, so like this shouldn't, you know, if you at that content level in your life where you done playing and you done doing everything you had to do, it shouldn't be an issue for you to, you know, hold that down and stick to where you at.
See, that's why I'm separating it because, you know, the people that are shooting their shot are the people that are having a problem. Obviously, the people that's not having a problem ain't shooting.
They're not shooting no shot, of course. Yeah, you're not shooting no shot.
Now, as far as single men, if you shooting your shot, that's what the fuck you supposed to do anyway. Like, there's no foul for me shooting my shot if I'm single. Shit.
Talk your shit.
Just from a woman's point of view, y'all, I mean, when they shoot their shot, they don't need.
Hold on.
Man, I'm just saying, man, they don't. You know, they legit won't tell you whether they married or in a relationship unless you ask, which is kind of weird.
Won't ask off rip though.
I won't ask off rip because I'm assuming that if you're trying to talk to me, that you're single. You know.
You know what they say about people who assume, right?
Yeah, but I just feel like if you're trying to talk to me, you should be single. I'm sorry, I just feel like you should. So when you end up asking them, it's just like, why? It's like, why did you? I think it should be forthcoming. That's all I'm gonna say. If you are like that, you could be honest, because I've been in that type of situation where it's just like if somebody tried to talk to me and I was involved, if I was in it, I'm good. I'm straight. I got a man.
Right.
If it was, you know, rocky and I was on my way out, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I got a situation going on right now, whether it is that we living together or we fuck with each other right now, it's complicated. I'm gonna say that off rip. So if you approach me and you are in something and if that's your agenda, like to like try to fuck with me or whatever, when you got somebody, just tell me, give me the option, because I can say yes or no.
I think they don't say it because they don't give a fuck what you got going on. And I think that could be for anybody, and I don't want to kind of like make it like it's a jab, but if a guy doesn't care because he doesn't want to discuss his shit, he can't care what your situation is, because that'd be like totally hypocritical. So he doesn't inquire about...
Not my situation. Tell me your situation so I can decide.
No, but I'm saying why they don't just come out the gate with that is because they don't care. You could be married and all that. If he's shooting his shot, if you with it, he going.
But I'm with it under the assumption that you're single.
No, but you're not getting me.
No,
What I'm saying is he doesn't care what your situation is. This is why he doesn't take into consideration giving you that courtesy.
Now, you're not giving me that courtesy. And then we end up back on what? On some thin line love shit. Because like, now, nigga, you got a girl and you fuck me. I'm about to fuck your whole shit up. It's just like, because you're not being forthcoming, now you're being deceiving. Because it's just like, what? We fucked. You got a girlfriend. You're married. Nigga, what? And then you get girls that is like, okay, cool, they respect the curve. But then you get other women, they don't respect the curve and will blow your whole spot up just because you wasn't forthcoming.
But that happens even when you are forthcoming, though. And I have evidence of that, right?
I mean, it can, but
Look at me.
I think it
Sorry.
I think it can go a lot of ways, because I think, like, you know, that kind of, with guys who's, you know, married or in a situation, you know, some females like that because it's not a lot of pressure on them. They don't have to, you know, deal with the pressures of being in a relationship. They know this man is married, they're gonna do what they do and then go home or do what they gotta do, you know, and like be about their way. So I think it kind of like it puts the guy in that position where it makes it easier for him. You know, if the female disagrees with, you know what, I'm gonna rock with your situation and I'm not gonna give you no stress. Listen, we do what we do, and you go your way.
Go about your way.
And listen,
That's good for a woman that's in that space. But if
Right,
she
yeah.
looking for something more serious, and then 9 times out of 10, the woman is looking for something more than that. You very like I said,
9
like
is high. 9 is high.
like,
Say
me-
7.
Because like I'm not like
I
I
say
have
7.
I ain't gonna say I'm not. I've had my instances where I wasn't looking for that. Like I was actually looking for a relationship. So like in some instances, depending on where she are, that's why you gotta. I feel like you gotta be forthcoming because it's just like if I'm on that, it don't matter. We on that. But if I'm not on that and I actually was looking for something more meaningful and you just wasted me having to add a
Valuable
number
time.
to my shit, now my number done went up one.
Running the mileage.
I
up.
done went up one now.
All right, so
Now I done wasted a coochie number
a
on you.
coochie body, right? So,
Yeah.
all right. So now, but what does it say about the woman who's agreeing to say, oh, you know what? I know you got a whole wife and a whole family, and you got a situation, but I'm still gonna fuck you anyway, and you gonna
Still running the counter.
We gonna act like this is our shit, but
Then it wasn't a waste because it was my choice.
But what does it say about her though?
It says that she does not respect
where you're
relationships
going.
and that karma is a bitch because more than likely when she actually get into one, that shit gonna go full circle. I've seen it happen to a bitch and I laughed at her.
So who's wrong in this case?
In this case, she was wrong because she knew that the guy had a boyfriend. I'm sorry, the guy had a girlfriend.
hey,
Whoa,
So,
that happens
sorry.
too.
I mean, listen. we
Shout out to however you live your life.
However you
Sorry,
live your
no.
life. But,
Nothing like that. Sorry.
hey.
She knew
Whoa.
that the man had a girlfriend.
Right,
She
okay.
knew that and that she didn't care. She was like, well, I'm about to fuck with him. I got this nigga, da 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 da.
He married,
And
whatever.
then when it came down to it, he never left his girl. And then she was on Instagram Live with the sob story, just like, and I just cannot believe he did this to me, and he did this and he did that. And I'm watching the live, but like, bitch, you knew.
But right.
And you did it anyway, so there's no sympathy for you. And then she came back and apologized, maybe like 2 years later, once she got
2
into a real
years?
relationship.
Because she realized what
She realized what she did,
Right,
and it's just
right,
like,
right,
but
right.
she didn't apologize until she went through the shit. And then her apology was like, if I would have knew then what I knew now, the situation would been different.
She
So
only apologized because
Because
felt
she was
bad
getting
because,
fucked up.
Yeah, because she would get right. All right.
yep, her nigga was doing the same shit to her.
Talk your shit.
I think, you know, in her situation more, so she thought that she was more lit than she was.
Yeah.
And then deep down in her
You mean
side,
like the
I
girl
guess
who
she-
agreed to deal with the man?
Yeah,
who-
I
She
guess
thought she was more lit.
I guess she thought that at some point in time he's going to choose her.
Okay.
But
Absolutely.
he's already set.
But
in
how?
his
When you got a
place.
whole wife or you got a whole
Yeah.
relationship?
Well, the
But
girl that
women-
was
women don't think
the girl
like
she was
that.
competing with was me. So she wasn't more lit than me. So that's what she got. Did it?
Here we
done
go.
up.
Talk your shit
The
on the
undefeated.
I'm just saying.
The unanimous.
You trying to go against
Oh,
me? You ain't got a
Uh-oh.
chance.
I got issues with that shit. Cat. No cat. I got
Yo, but going back to the original part of it. So I think I agree that men that are married and men in relationships do shoot shots more than single dudes.
But hold on, wait.
But it's 'cause they
Hold on.
unhappy?
But I'm trying to say, yeah, but why though?
Why?
Oh, it wasn't just about who,
Yeah,
it's
but
why?
Well, that,
Why?
everything. Why is this happening? You think? Why
Because
is
they
this
have
happening?
problems.
They're not
They have
happy.
issues they're not addressing, and they're turning to this as an outlet.
But who's like? Is it who? But who, like, is it the man's fault? Is it the woman? Or can't like? What do you think is going on? Like,
They ain't
Well,
seeking counseling. That's what's
Come on,
going
if we're being political, the man that steps out is gonna always be looked at as the person at fault.
right.
But she can
He
be
steps
out,
out.
and somebody can talk to her and she can still go for it as well though. Regardless.
But I don't think that was the question. Though.
No, but
He didn't
no,
throw
let's-
the woman.
no, let's
Anybody?
do it. Let's do it every year.
Oh,
So yeah,
All
so
angles. Let's
so
do all
if
angles.
I'm out and a guy talks to me and I'm in a committed relationship and I decide to be receptive to it, I'm wrong because I'm still in a relationship. So I would think it's the same way. Like regardless of whether we going through problems or whatever it is, if I decide to act on those behaviors and I get to texting and talking and hanging out with this person that I just met, knowing I'm in a whole relationship, that is wrong.
But it digs deep because I think some people can use the fact that they never got to really express themselves from jump. So now when the shit is all the way comfortable, they feel like they can't get it back now because they wasn't vocal at first, and they could use that as a scapegoat.
Break that down.
Like okay, if there's like little things that irritate or you know your little pet peeves about the person, but you just letting it rock because it's the beginning. And then now it gets greater where the shit is happening more. But because if you didn't say nothing about, I'm gonna be petty, a toilet seat. Let's just say a toilet seat, for example. You don't say nothing about how that irritates you.
Nigga because I left the toilet seat up.
I'm not using. I'm just saying. No, not. But it could be petty, but not as petty as a
That's
toilet
petty as
seat.
fuck.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yo, that's petty as fuck. fuck. Like,
Why we act like that don't happen though?
That's
nah,
petty.
that's petty as fuck.
It does
yo.
happen.
It
That's
does
a-
happen.
That is an
he's-
insecure female that wants to pick a
If Dre
fight.
agreeing with me,
No,
Tell me, right.
not at all.
Come
you
on.
just said it does happen.
Now, I do say it does happen. Small shit does happen, but don't step out because of something so small.
Something
as
so
that.
small.
Of
That's
that
my
nature.
point. Like,
I just didn't have a better
Honestly,
example as a toilet.
I'ma
That was
state
the worst
this,
example you could've
this
gave,
is
my
something
friend.
That I always,
Because I'm not in that situation. So
this
what you
is
want me
something
to
that I
freestyle some other shit?
always state. I say
Somebody could have actually went through that.
that
Yeah, it's a couple
nothing
things leading up to
outside
that.
your door can solve any problems you got inside your house.
Oh, okay.
Now-
I like that.
You know, obviously the biggest misconception about a situation of that is that communication is involved and that is actually happening. The person that actually has a problem of that nature with a significant other, no matter how you say that you try, you are not communicating properly on the level that your spouse is on. And in a relationship, you have to actually meet your spouse at a level ground.
Halfway.
Now, there goes the major thing that people don't get right. If you on level 30 and your spouse is on level 15, y'all got to try to meet each other at level 22 to actually get this together. That's what you do. And when you come to the situation, you need to think more about what the other person feels, what the other person is thinking, before you think about self. Because once you think about self, you already being selfish, and you only thinking about what you feel,
So
not what the
now-
other person.
All right, now hold on. Now I'm breaking it down. So for you, this is for you and Hush Brown James, right? For two men who've been in marriages, right?
Yes.
So now, what did you guys get? So you said it has to be a level where you guys had to meet, the partner in the middle, right? Now, did you guys get to that point, or was it beyond the point where you couldn't meet in the middle? Being that you guys are both out of those situations.
And don't clean up on
I
Al
can't-
6.
Yeah.
Let me
Don't
just
clean
say-
up, no
let me-
cap,
let
no
me-
cap.
Let me
Be a
be
buck,
honest.
be a buck.
I can't speak for him because I don't know what the fuck.
No,
he's
he
doing
asking
on
you.
his
He
side.
gonna ask me
Oh,
individually.
on my side of
Both
the
of y'all.
table.
Yeah, do your
So
side.
now, on my side of the table, I tried to meet the person at different mutual grounds, and the person just didn't want to budge. And I think at some point in time, I'll admit it, I have a certain level of not budging either. But I will try to create a space for us to actually have that moment, because I do believe that sure enough, when you're in a relationship, no matter what level it is, before you step foot through the threshold of your bedroom door, you need to squash whatever problems that y'all had. And you take a carpet that y'all got in the living room, guess what? You can consider that the arguing carpet. We're going to get it all out right here. We're not going to take no offense to whatever the other one is saying, but of course we got to have tact, because I'm not trying to disrespect my partner. I'm hoping my partner's not trying to disrespect me.
Right.
And we going to hashtag it out right here before we cut through that door to go to bed.
to the
'Cause
bedroom.
we ain't going to have no drama when we go into the bed. And sure enough, I want to be in a relationship that even if, there is a problem, the problem stops right then and there.
Before
that
we get to
day,
the bed.
Before we even,
So
before we dragging it.
my response isn't as polished. We hope, and it's easy to talk what we shoulda, coulda did, and how we could be moving. But sometimes if it ain't meant to be, it don't matter nothing about none of that strategy if it ain't the right person. Because you could take all these steps. Oh, I'm cordial. I'm nice. I'm like the carpet. Yo, those are good strategies with somebody who actually works. If it's gonna work. But if it ain't gonna work, it don't matter what you, Dr. Phil, whoever the fuck, it's not gonna work if that's not the person. So those strategies can help, and Draymond, you gave a great point, but it still matters to two individuals, because that advice don't mean dick to people who don't work.
Facts. Wait, let me chime in real quick. So, this is a conversation I had yesterday. So yesterday I was talking to this guy that I talked to, and then he asked me what boxes did he check, and I was just like, what boxes are you supposed to check? And he was just like, what boxes do I check for you? And I'm like, that's a good question. So I'm just like, let me go to Google. So I went into Google and was just like, what boxes should be checked for men in relationships? And I found 12 things that should happen in a relationship stage that before they even get to this stage, none of that shit is in there. So one is the core values. and like having similar interests and stuff like that. So that's number one. Number two is knowing the partner. A strong couple will make sure that they know what their partner likes and dislikes. Number three is consideration. A strong couple will go out their way to make their partner feel cared about. Number four was communication. A strong couple will make it a point to communicate because it's impossible to read each other's minds. Misunderstandings cause a lot of conflict. Number five was balance. Strong couple will value balance because this will mean both partners have equal say and equal control over every decision that's made. Number six was compromise. A strong couple will make a point to compromise. And an important lesson to learn in any relationship is that you cannot always have everything your way. Number seven was supporting their partner. Having a supportive partner can help a strong relationship overcome any problems because you're their cheerleader. 8 was consciousness. A strong couple values consciousness because it means the partners are dependable and trustworthy. Number 9 was conflict resolution. Try to resolve conflict. Being with someone long term means it's inevitable to have disagreements and arguments. So when that happens, a strong couple will have to discuss the subjects being present. Number 10 was sex and romance. You got to make sure that they're being satisfied sexually. Number 11 was loyalty. It's more than just fidelity. It's a strong alliance for the partner. It's a compatibility and knowing your partner. And the 12 was the belief that relationships take work. If you believe it's supposed to be easy.
So before we had smartphones, how was people back in the day when you couldn't Google?
That was the first, but that's the first thing legit. Like, if are you dating someone and you're trying to get to know them and they ask you a question like that, I didn't know how to answer that shit.
I'm not saying not to Google. I'm saying for the people when we couldn't Google.
And I'm just like, this is what popped up.
But the last 5 she mentioned
was
big.
Crucial.
I'm gonna need you to send me that. I'm gonna need you to send me that. But let's also, I'm gonna go on record and say it. Let's not make it seem like in the olden times that there wasn't problems. People just they turned the blind eye, and we ain't turning the blind eye in this era. Because first of all, we in the we don't like it, get rid of it. It upgrades, get rid of it. That's the era.
And that's number 12. Believing that it can work, like making it work, like not having the whole get up, like you did one thing wrong to me, I'm done with this shit.
But don't go away from if it ain't the right person. You can Google all day.
Here go the biggest thing I'm gonna say about the right person. You gotta vet out the right person. Don't be blinded by love. Because that's the number one thing I'm gonna say. Is I was blinded by love and the fact that I knew the person.
Can we tap on that? We agree on that, and we don't agree.
I knew the person since I was a child, and then there was a moment of actually really just having like a woman crush on this person without them even being there. And when the drama was jumping, before we was even there, I literally just looked past it like, okay, well that happens, but I'm supposed to ride with my partner. But I knew that my partner was doing something wrong, but I was riding with him. And it's like, kind of like, I know the person I'm rolling with is wrong in this situation, but I'm still like, okay, I'm ready to get into it. And it was kind of like, all that didn't register. Now I'm at a point in time where I'm like, don't ever fall for that trick. Because in your mind, even if you know that is a red flag, don't let love blind you not seeing that red flag. You see the shit there. It says don't go in the water. The shark is there. You need to actually just say, yo, you know what?
That's true. I
need to pay attention at that point in time. Because then you don't want to get to the I'm with the wrong person moment. Because if you know that you're dealing with somebody that, their mouth is reckless and it does not change.
Shots fired?
Don't think it's going to change for you. Because trust me, when they get to that point.
Thank you, sir.
And anything can make it happen.
No, he's being specific.
You may have said something to them that triggered them.
He's being specific.
And it may not interrupt that. It may not even be nothing actually off the wall. It could be you talking about a person's finances. Right. And you can be trying to check them about what they're doing with their finances. There comes a point in time where that person, you may not be that person's calm down moment. The voice, the reason.
Is that where submission comes in?
It's a reason.
But that's when submission might come in. But I'm not. But if we're talking about finances, you don't have to submit to me with finances.
But if I'm your husband, if you're my husband, that's that balance thing. That's that me
understanding. But if I'm the one with the finances, and you telling me, but you're supposed to be the submissive one. So guess what? That means that there has to be a level of submission on both sides. And if you're trying to check me about my finances, I should be willing to hear it too. I shouldn't jump off and be like, yo, Who are you to tell me about my finances?
Right, but then
No.
I don't
feel
know.
like
I'm
just
gonna be
avoid-
honest. I don't think that like how you saying, like if a person was one way in the beginning and they're not, because like if I was dating and a guy was like, oh, Lenise, I don't like that you drink so much, or I don't like that you say something, I would check myself. Yes, I would change that. If that's something that is bothering my partner and this is the person I want to be with, I don't have to maintain that. You don't like that? Let me make some adjustments.
But you gotta let the version of them in talking about you actually relate on you. And there's a lot of people that's not ready to do that.
But I don't. But I'm just throwing off the comments you said about the mouth thing, because if you tell your girl like, yo, like, I don't like how you speak to me. Stop talking to me like that. She gonna hear you and she gonna shut the fuck up.
That depends.
No, I mean,
Because
if you
there's
got
a
somebody
lot of
with-
there's a
got
lot of
somebody
women
that
that's
care
not being
about you,
Somebody care, like, and you tell them like,
somebody
yo,
respect
the way you talk, the way you run, like,
yeah,
slow
gonna
up.
make the-
But see, you gotta
Slow
think
up.
a lot of
Change.
more.
yeah, like we gonna. It might take us a
changes
minute to
for you,
change,
yeah.
but I receive that.
It shouldn't
I'm
even take a
receiving.
minute. It shouldn't even take a
I'm just saying, if
minute.
you've been doing it for a long time and you've never heard it before and you're so used to doing it, I'm gonna receive it as like, damn, and then I'm gonna check myself when I'm doing it again. And now you gotta do is tell me like, yo,
All right.
you doing that shit again.
I'm gonna throw something on the table. So this is something that, like, if I'm in a relationship with somebody, I don't like to hear. So most of the guys that are around me, they know that N word never really flies out my mouth wild crazy. I never really say that. I do a lot of cursing, but I never say that. So when I'm in a relationship, I don't really like the person telling
Just
me
call
that.
you that.
Like calling me that.
Mhm.
Like, so, you know,
Call your N-word.
yeah.
All right.
So, I'm not big on using the word. It may slip every once in a blue, but I mean, I really don't knock it all that much when I'm around my dudes and stuff like that. And I know that that's kind of like double-edged sword to it. But you know, as far as in a relationship, I don't speak like that. Let alone, no matter how mad I am, I can go relationships back. No woman could ever say that they heard me call them a bitch, ever, directly. I don't care how mad we get. What you may say to me, that's not what I'm going to say. So now, you know, in that light, obviously, I voice my opinion about it. Now, how long should it take for you to come to the conclusion he don't like that? And obviously, that's not something that I can say, because obviously there might be somebody that fly it off, but then they know immediately right then and there, oh, my bad. You know, I shouldn't have said that.
But has that happened?
That's what
to
I
you?
said. But that's what I said about the beginning. And yes, and
Have you
just-
been able to tell a woman a relationship that you didn't like something and they changed it?
Hold on. So I'm gonna confess like how he told the truth about his. Again, it goes back to the beginning. When you see these signs right away, you cannot turn away from it. You can't see. The problem is, again, when we like somebody for a long period of time, it don't even got to be a long time. When we're that caught up in that moment where we're like, okay, let's see what's good with this. You can't have that block the vision of what's going on. So you get in this situation and you're like, all right, you got good energy. You don't want to fail because you decided to choose this. You don't want to fail. Nobody wants to be a failure at something. But you can't let that like take over where you don't see these signs, which is right away. Like what he's saying. If you know that that's something about him, immediately it should be discussed. So I don't think you're gonna let 3, 4, 5 months pass of that going on. So I say that to say that my partner right here asked us both that. And I said, yes, there's a lot of things I didn't say in the beginning. And now what happens? We're human. So I'll take the L for not saying it in the beginning. But I'm not gonna take the L for finally waking the fuck up and going, wait a minute, no, hold on. I was wrong to not say that in the beginning, but I'm saying something now. But you don't get the respect when you say it late.
Yeah.
Nigga, I've been doing this. Now you got an issue?
Yeah. Because that's
I've been
changing the
doing
game
this,
up in
but
the
I
seven
was
minutes.
trying to accept you for who you are, and I can't rock
You
with
can't
it.
get
Like
caught
that,
up
I
with
think
that.
that's another. We will try our best to choose our battles, and some things may not necessarily be worth arguing about. So then you're just like, let me just try to accept this person for who they are, because everything ain't got to be a fight. You know, it's like if that's you, is that a deal breaker for me? Probably not. So I ain't gonna mention it. But then maybe a year down the road, I'm just like, now this shit getting on my motherfucking nerves.
I mean, so, but do you think that men try to force too much deal breakers on females to make them say, hey, you know
I think
what?
it's the other way around.
What is the deal breakers for
the
men?
other way
No,
around.
listen, no.
What
I'm
are
just
the
saying,
deal
well,
breakers?
matter of fact, all right, so matter of fact, do you think in general, males, females, do you think they try to force too much deal breakers on a potential partner before they get into something serious? And expect them to say, you know what? You should deal with this because you know off rip. Listen, because like you know off rip, like for a female, you know off rip, I'm a flirt. So if you see me flirting on the gram, you see me flirting with other niggas, you should accept it.
Yes.
I mean, no, I can't front sometimes because like I've been in like
That's crazy
I've been in
example,
situations
bro.
Right.
That's crazy. That's like my toilet seat joint.
No, it's facts.
No, but it's not. No, but
That's
that's like
facts. That's a big
I've
thing.
been in a situation where somebody said, you know, they try to tell me, you know, like they were trying to claim like I was pussy or something. I'm talking about, hey, you know what? I'm a flirt. So you know what? This is what I do. That's what you do.
That's
Cool.
when y'all dating, but not when you gonna take it
But
serious.
The one thing.
Not but
If
he's
y'all
saying
just
not,
dating.
he's saying not while
It's
you dating
real.
though, neither
It's
though, because I'm trying to
real.
It is
pursue
real though,
you.
yeah.
It is real,
yeah.
but it is all about the actual perception of what you're doing.
But you
If
rather her
never
tell you that
dealing
than
with
you don't know.
somebody-
No. I think it's about
It's
intention.
cool you told me
No.
that, but listen, at the same time,
No.
that's what you told me that. Like,
I'm not taking you serious now.
I never,
Exactly.
At that point, I never took it serious. At that
Look,
point.
look,
I-
but
that's what I'm saying.
Maybe
It's
y'all
about-
both saved each other.
I was doing me.
I think it's about
was doing my
intention
own
though, but like
thing.
that's the thing. Like if it has to be about intention. Like if I'm trying to date you regardless, like whether you're dating, this is who you are or whatever. I'm trying to pursue you at this point in this dating arrangement. So if that's what you want to do, that's not gonna do nothing but turn him the fuck off about you. So if I'm dating you and you're trying to see that I'm trying to pursue you, but then you also gotta be intentional. Like the man has to tell me like, yo, I'm interested. I'm about you, and then I might fall back off other niggas. Like you know what, you gonna be intentional.
But
So
that's what
on
you used to
Rip-
say.
so on Rip,
But
he
that's
has
what
to
you
tell
say.
you, listen, I'm about you, and
He
then
didn't
you
tell me
gonna
over.
do
He
what you
told me
gotta
like
do.
the second or third
No, we're
date
not talking
that
about
he was
that. We're talking
about
about
that,
in
and I was just
general.
like, you know what?
In
If
general.
you're really gonna be intentional, I'm gonna be intentional too. I am, but it's like if we're just
So
dating
there's
and
no
we're just
rules,
playing,
really.
then
There's no rules in the
There's
dating.
But when he said that, I'm just like, oh,
They don't got rules.
okay,
Women-
I won't.
women
All right,
don't
I'm gonna
got
start
rules.
cutting
We
niggas off
gotta
if you want to
follow
be
rules.
intentional. So that's the thing, like,
and I
because
said
I'm
that.
always intentional when I'm dating.
Wait,
Like, I'm
hold on.
intentional.
We gotta
Y'all
have
heard me
rules.
say
Y'all
that.
don't have rules.
Women don't got no rules if
Facts.
you asking for it. Let alone
Facts.
women make decisions off of two things.
Maybe
Who got
three.
morals, who don't got morals. Now, when it comes down to flirting, it depends on if your occupation involves you flirting, understand.
I.e. bartender.
What do you mean, like stripping?
We talking about bartending, bottle service
Yeah,
girls.
anything where you have to
Yeah.
actually converse with people. That's going. You gotta flirt one way.
But
or
not
another.
if you work
Now,
at Gap.
When it comes down to me, you go to think.
You was
Nah,
on commission.
you front the Gap.
If you on commission,
I was asking. I was seeing where y'all was at with
No,
this.
yeah.
So what's the job where we can't? There's no need.
Nigga, there's no flirting.
No, but here go the thing. It's
The pharmacy.
women
Nigga
some
got shit.
days, women
How's
come
it
to a
going?
conclusion that when
Be
a
well.
man gets with them, they go blind, they can't talk, they
Wait.
mute.
Wait,
and it's
the man goes blind or the female goes blind?
The man gotta go blind because women think that we can't see nothing else no more.
Not
We can't-
true.
Cause here go the thing. I know my number one thing is I know what my attraction is to me. It's been told to me hundreds of times. That's the main thing. They say my smile. I show these teeth.
Smile.
I be in somebody.
Smile.
Well, I gotta smile.
Hey,
boy.
yo.
Come on. Now,
I'm trying to check
yo.
that.
Yo, my teeth.
I'm trying to see
mad-
something.
My teeth mad white.
Okay, now,
You know,
Dental plans in effect.
I'm trying to see something. Smile real
City
quick.
dental plans.
D, exactly.
You know,
The teeth cleaning with the
Smile real quick. I
$15
want to see
copay.
something.
The $15 copay for the
But
cleaning.
I'm not gonna be disrespectful because I'm in a relationship with you, so I'm going to smile. If we out at a restaurant and the waitress comes and it's a beautiful female, it just so happens it usually is a beautiful female, I'm not gonna be disrespectful. Women want you to be disrespectful at certain points in time because your flirtation could be something else.
Are you talking about beginning of dating or are you talking about end?
This is what I'm getting confused with because
Right, I'm
there's different
confused.
rules.
But this could be. I'm trying to say,
But
yo, this
I
could
know
be at
how to
all
curb
levels,
it though.
But in the beginning of dating, y'all should be looking at. That's what I told y'all
Yeah, like-
episodes back. In the beginning of dating, y'all should be hooking up with threesomes, all the other shit. Because once I'm with you, I don't want nobody else to have you. So in the beginning, we should be looking at the other girls. I'm not knocking.
Everybody's not down with that.
You should always.
I told
That's
you that
just
episodes
you.
ago. It ain't just me.
Wait. So in
It
the
ain't
beginning-
just me.
I'm talking about that I know.
So in the beginning, you're saying it should be lit, open
Yeah.
style, right?
Yeah.
That never
But
happens like
why
that.
not? But why not in the middle though?
Because like now I
Now you
like
going
you.
somewhere.
Now I like you. Now I'm getting used to like
You're
the dick and
mine.
stuff like that. I don't want to see nobody else fucking
You're only
you with that.
mine.
But in the beginning,
you could go.
We can do a lot of stuff together because I can share
So
you.
you can share
But
with
once
the
you're
other
like
people.
I'm liking you, you mine, we falling in love. I
That
don't want to see
is
you hating no other.
Definitely.
Hold up.
That's definitely not a New York thing.
Wait, no.
I don't want to. No, because
Wait,
now I don't want
no.
to. I tried it and I
That's
started
not even
crying.
what
I
it
was
is.
just like, oh no, this is not
Never
gonna work.
been
She
in a
gotta go.
situation
She gotta
like
go.
that.
I started bawling because I thought we were
crying.
still in the beginning stages.
I
And
never been
then
in that
I
situation.
saw it happening and I was just like, oh no. And I was with it. I was with it for the first 10 or 15 minutes. I was with the shits. We was in the act.
Not New York.
And then I seen him touching her and I'm just like,
Wait, no. See, you said
You had to experience that to know that you was gonna feel that way.
I didn't know yet. I thought we was still like I didn't know I liked him so much
So in
yet.
the middle, you can't show your nigga. In the beginning, your nigga shareable.
No, wait. Hold up.
The game is
Hold up.
Basically, it's they don't have no rules and we
I
do.
do have rules. When I
You don't
like
have no
you, I don't
fucking
want to
rules.
share
Hold up,
you. If
hold
I'm
up.
dating you and we're just
You gotta have no
open.
fucking rules.
I
We
don't
do.
want to share you once you're mine.
Because unless we stalk you and go on your page and follow you, how to know we know what you fucking doing?
Hold up, pause. I know Flatbush gonna ride with me on this one. We sharing the mic. I want you to respond. It's the I don't want nobody else to have you. First of all, I think like this. Why the fuck do I want something that don't nobody else want? Obviously, that means that your man or your girl looks like trash, and there's no reason. Yo, if nobody else is looking at you, what the fuck are you? Are you my cousin? Like, why the fuck am I with you?
But-
Are
An
you feeling the
acquired
same way,
taste
Phil?
for some.
But
Don't
you.
nobody want nothing that don't nobody else want.
But
So
there's
that means
nothing that
you need to
nobody
keep-
wants
But I
because
done
everybody
seen
got
some people that
somebody
is married in
sweating them.
relationships. I'm like, how that happen?
There's somebody sweating everybody.
No, exactly, and that don't mean nothing because I've seen ugly. First of all, it's easier for ugly people to date anyway. Okay, like ugly people and fat people, like it's so
They
easier
mad
for
bold.
them. So
Yo, you don't like me? I was just asking.
Right.
The pretty ones be like, I'm not asking that.
exactly, like it's completely different. I think that when you're attractive and stuff like that, I think that it is slightly harder. It's harder when it's like attractive people. Ugly people, no. So it's like, no, you're not gonna want something that
got
somebody
nothing
else
to lose
wants.
if you ugly,
So
then.
if you
Exactly.
ugly
Nothing to
and you
lose.
see her and somebody and the ugly man want her, you want her too. No, you don't want her ugly ass. Like
What
no.
am I with her if she ugly?
Wait, hold on. Let Pesado. Hold on. Yo, Dre, pass it to him.
No, but she's saying that, but I just think this like it goes to if we're talking about that, it kind of goes to like if somebody you don't want something, but then somebody else got it, then now you want it.
Right. It don't
Big
matter
Phil,
what they
talk
look
to
like.
him, Big Phil.
Let me pour up
Phil
for that one.
Come on, Prince.
Nah, you know what's crazy though? Like
He
we
should be
don't want the
called the
ugly
Prince
girls
of
because the ugly
Flatbush.
girls got like everything. We got the crib, but we want the bad bitches. We want that.
That work at McDonald's.
It's
We
not
want
That
that.
live
We want
in
that.
they
Please
mother
look at
basement.
bad
ugly
bitch.
bitches.
Wait.
Yeah, we
It's not
want.
even
Phil,
that though.
Tell me you never saw a bad
Phil,
bitch at McDonald's
I
ever
wanna
in your
call you
life.
Prince now. From some reason. I just want to call you Prince now. The Prince of Flatbush.
Good.
Okay, that's your new name.
Yeah, I can't remember. Yo, Prince of Flatbush.
Prince of Flatbush.
Yeah. So
Cross
Prince
the
of
street.
Flatbush. This question is directly
90 pics
answered
in a
because
story?
you just said
Yeah.
it. Define bad bitch.
No, like we all got different bad bitches to
Yeah,
different
I
people. It's
think-
like
It's different.
fat ass
It's
and
different. It's different.
pretty face, and we don't like. We
Back
don't
in
want
the
that.
day, for me,
I
it
wanna
was the
define
face
bad
first.
Huh?
Back in the day, for me, it was face first.
And
When I
now
said
it's not?
bad.
Nowadays is ass.
I'm talking about
titties.
Ass is
everybody,
first?
majority.
Face is still first.
No, I meant no.
Nah, certain
Back
people
in the
got
day, it
face.
was
I
more
think I
arguable.
think it's fake.
Okay.
Yo,
That
'cause,
face
yo,
is
it's a lot of
definitely
bad-
first. Now it's
a lot of
debatable.
bad
There's a lot of
bitches
bad
that don't
bitches
got
with no body, though.
With no body, with a lot of bad bitches that got a nice petite body. Like so, that's like I think
Slim
like,
is winning.
No, I can't front, but I think
Slim, not flat.
I think it's social media put a lot of emphasis on bad bitches having baddies and big titties.
Yo, you know.
Still gotta have a.
natural.
Listen, we don't have this.
Now when I have a baby, I'm gonna have curves.
Yeah, but you could be slim. Listen, us black people, man, I love us all. Black is beautiful. Listen to me. Don't let this slim, skinny, whatever fool you. As black people, we can still have curves no matter what size we really are. And that's what we more emphasize on
curve
it,
is
that
right
the
here?
curves.
Now we ain't
What is it
doing
called?
guts.
Fupa?
No guts, no fupa.
You say you want a curve, doesn't matter what
I mean,
it's
I'm not knocking any woman that got a gut
Niggas
and a
is not-
fupa.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying. You saying curves. If I got my curve
Look,
here and
the
not
number
here,
one
You
thing
know
is-
what I mean.
The number one thing is,
Niggas is
even
still
when you,
grilling.
whether you with somebody or you not with somebody, you play off your own sex appeal. You play off your own body type. It took a while, and people told me, yo, your body type fits for slim fit. So then I was like, I was kind of like, I really don't like to be in like.
Yeah,
tight
tell the
fitting
truth.
clothes.
Don't cap. Don't cap. You don't like slim.
But they was like, yo, it works for your body type. I tried it. Boom. I'm gonna play into that all the time. So now, as on the opposite side of the table, do that. Always
You
play
like
into the
slim
opposite
with them
side.
shoulders?
He don't. That's what I'm saying. I tell him not to cap.
So,
Yo, what them shoulders do?
What them shoulders do? You benching at least 225.
Yeah, what them shoulders do?
so the main thing, you know, I'm trying to keep the body up 100%, and that's what I'm gonna do.
'Cause he don't like slim.
No, first of all, I ain't gonna never give up on my partner, and let alone I don't want my partner to ever give up on me, and then I don't want us to ever give up to actually look attractive to the world. Because guess what? If we look attractive to the world, we look attractive to each other. That means we keeping ourselves up for the cause. Guess what? Rules of the men. Guess what? You don't go to no pool party with your shirt on. You don't go to no beach with your shirt on. Especially when you're out the country. When you're out the country, you got the wow. So now you gotta be on point. Come on, don't
But you know the belly.
We had a Miami trip. Don't act like you weren't out there. Like fuck it, my tats is out here. So look this, yo. I pull the motherfucker out.
Don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me
But
hanging.
it's too many women who will see a dude with a gun and be like, he getting money, he eating good.
Yeah, but
That's
Not
the
even that.
perception,
Yo,
though.
Ross set that for
guess
us.
what?
Shout out to Rose.
Yo, with men, we come into the conclusion. Women, y'all like other shit. We think that, you know, it's about dudes that's in shape. There's a lot of women that be like, nah, my dude gotta have a little bit of pudge. Then
If he got a punch, his girth is off.
you know,
We talked about that last week.
Oh, wow, here we go. Like these stereotypes.
Do you
whoever got
want
it,
men
got
to
it.
not like you
You
on this
know?
platform?
the female
My
Kevin
niggas don't
Sanders.
listen to
There
this
she
shit.
go, right there. But
I
like,
had one to listen to.
you know, you gotta make sure that you play into your
that.
sex appeal, especially due to the fact that obviously you don't want to jump out with your man. Now, no woman should ever feel like this. You should always jump out with your man and always say, there's something that's gonna keep motherfuckers looking at him and say, he got a bad one. You want that uncle to say, yo, I see you, nephew. I see you. Ooh. No, you want your grandpops to slide up on her and be like, you should have seen me when I was younger, girl. You better, if your family don't do that, you don't got a baddie with you. And
Well,
But sometimes the
I
baddies
guess
is
my
my
headaches.
mom should even come to and be like,
Some baddies are
he's
headaches.
a cute one. I like him for you. Your mom should say that about your guy. Like you should always have.
If they can't make $1, it don't matter.
yeah, my mama want to know is you working.
All right.
They gonna ask that.
All right, they gonna ask that because I made a post about that on social media, and I said, you know, when it comes down to people asking you what you do, they asking you that to find out how much respect they need to give you.
But the guy more
Guess
needed.
what? You know, a woman and her team, that's the main thing they want to know because they thinking financial from jump. Whether it's positive or negative, women are thinking about a man in a financial standpoint. But trust me, if you come through with the man that look like a hammer that's been used 100,000 times, in
But
the
he
face,
got 50,000 in his pocket.
you know, he got bank. You know, the number one thing women are thinking about is financial. They thinking financial, but let's be
Not enough
honest.
time. Might as well ride this out.
Women want something that's
this out.
actually also attractive too. They don't want just nothing that's not.
We're not saying that, but how? I mean,
You should.
shout out first of all. I ain't say it in the beginning with all of y'all. Shout out to Meet Me in the building. You're gonna be a beautiful bride. Yo,
Hey.
yo, and she got on me. She got on me about this before, and I'm gonna bring it back. Not for her to get on me again. I know women want both, like you said, the whole package. Looks good, could financially do his thing and all of that, but I still break it down to based off what you said about you bringing them around and everybody saying, oh my God, look how good they look. But if they don't make $1, who do you want more? So now when you come to the next
We think
family
about that.
thing, hold on. When you come to the next family thing with a lesser attractive person, but they shit together, your family saying what? Don't look as good as the last one.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
that's
you
the
know,
one
you
that's
gotta come out
solid.
first. But you know, men think physical first, financial second. Women think financial first, physical second.
That is true.
You're right.
And we shouldn't. We should level up like them
don't know.
because they run this shit.
Yes. You got a
In
point.
my
You got a
former
point.
life, I think I went off the
You was
the
here like 3
attraction.
times. Which
In
one?
my former life, I definitely went for
She done came
attraction.
back.
3 times.
Attraction
Rebirth.
before finances because I'm just like, we could build together. So I wasn't necessarily attracted to your finances. Like, I can help your finances in another situation. Or not even like.
That's just based on the skill you have.
No.
You be helping people
Wait,
anyway,
time out.
so you feel you can
I feel
help
like
yours.
I feel like I have to repeat this again. I have only been an entrepreneur for a year. I've had a whole life before that.
Of hustling.
Of me just trying to figure shit out. It has nothing to do. Yeah, I'm like, it has nothing to do
Like,
with
don't try to downplay it. I don't give a fuck if it was 10 minutes.
1 year. I'm talking about a man that I've been with, like, in my early 20s, in my mid-20s. Like, I went for, I think, attraction first, and then I'm just like, well, if we're broke, because if we don't have no money, we're going to figure out how to get it together. So I didn't necessarily go financial right. I'm just like, whatever it is, we gonna figure it out. And both of us was broke. Like, and
Okay.
and I've had
Not
that.
enough percentage to back that up.
Wait.
There's
You're
not
a
a lot of people
hustler.
riding with that.
You're a hustler.
That's
and
good that
treat
you
it like
do
the
that.
drug game. It's you a hustler. You with somebody that's not a hustler, but y'all together, you gonna make the other person a hustler, no matter what they hustling in, and because. Most of the
Sell
time, that's
socks.
how it works. A hustler can't be around a person that don't hustle and a hustler not teach them how to get their own money.
Something rubs
They're
off.
going to teach them how to
Exactly.
go fish.
Exactly.
They
That's
might
dope.
even show them further than that. I'm going to teach you how to scale the fish. I'm going to teach you
That's
how to
dope.
actually, cook the fish.
I
But
can feel that.
I'm going to show you how to fish so you can eat. And that's your number one thing. So now, that's a beautiful thing because there ain't a lot of women that put men on. And let alone, most of the time hold up, I'm going to break that down. When men get put on, it's because we got with a woman
That
and
song
we're
gonna be
dealing
fire,
with
by the
them
way.
and then they put us
I
on.
got y'all.
Women don't just randomly
do
run
it.
around and
I wrote
put men on. Men randomly run around and put women on, but you don't hear it in the reverse. You don't hear a story of a man saying a woman came to me legitly, gave me 30 racks.
You don't hear them admit it
You
because
know.
a lot of women who hold niggas down when they in jail, get
Yeah.
out, put shit in their names and stuff. So they're not necessarily going around and talking about it.
That
Niggas like to
jail
brag
thing
about
is
it.
a
Like, I
different
put my
thing,
bitch
though.
on. I did this with my girl. I did
That
this with my
jail
girl.
thing is a
Whereas like
different
a woman, we might not brag about it.
but
We may have done
it-
everything from this nigga from the ground up, but we're not going around telling everybody what we did for him because that would demasculate that man.
But if he was in, if he went to jail,
even if
Even
a man
if he
puts them
didn't go
on,
to
they let it
jail,
be
I'm about
known.
to
we
say,
may have put
that means
niggas
he's
on
making
and we
racks,
just don't
taking a
say a whole
chance.
bunch. We don't have to brag about it because if we brag about it, it may be demasculating if we brag about it. But a nigga will brag about it in a minute. Oh yeah, I did this for her. I did this for her. I did this for her. We may not
Not
brag
all of them.
about it, but we gonna do it anyway. We gonna hold it down, and we don't have to say nothing about holding it down. We just holding it down.
But it's a dude that you know. Because we already know. A dude that you don't know, you just see him like, yo, I see this young boy, he doing this thing. I mean, maybe in your business you probably would because you have interns and stuff like that, but you wouldn't just in generally see a dude and he doesn't have any connection with you and then you're just going to put him on. Women don't really do that. Men do that.
girl.
Men do that off rip. Like, dudes got money, then they just need to spend their money. You hear stories of women talk about some, yo, he put 20 racks into my business, and me and him don't even fuck with each other like that. I'm not his man. He's
I
not
really
my
don't
man.
see
I'm not my
nobody
girl.
doing
You don't
that,
really
though.
see
I
that.
had did that for me though.
You know, but
That's
guys
rare.
do
Not
that
20
for
racks
women.
stuff,
Women
but-
don't do that.
So listen,
Listen, y'all
so
wrap
bottom
up.
line, at the buzzer beater, it'll be before the shot clock hits. How we summing this up?
Where did this stem from? It got so many different lengths.
Yeah.
Right.
The bottom line is married men and men in relationships cheat more or shoot they shot more than single people, right?
Okay.
Yo, I think married men, I think girls want them more because they're married.
Okay.
And like I said, women really ride off this 100%. They don't want nothing that don't nobody else have.
Ask the right questions in the beginning. Go your ass to Google and figure out what them check boxes is, and make sure your ass don't ignore the signs, like how he said, and just
Speak up right away.
Speak up right away. Choose your battles right away, and shit.
Bring us home.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, listen, so bottom line, you heard it first. I mean, the team spoke. It's your boy, Reposado World, a.k.a. Fleon Sanders, and you're now tuned in to
AKA
another
Mr.
episode.
Randolph.
Another episode, yeah, you know. Another episode of It's Fucking Political,
calling him Rudolph.
a.k.a. Mr. Randolph if you nasty. You know what I mean?
Mrs. Randolph if you nasty.
But we live, though. Listen, yo, talk y'all shit before we get out of here.
Oh, this is Lenny G signing out. We about to go. Oh, and I have made sure that I have removed the names from last week. I am no longer Scumbag Lenny. I am
Nah,
no
you
longer
still-
toxic
Nah,
Lenny.
you still
The
toxic
panel
Lenny.
has to discuss
you
that.
still
I am
toxic
no
Lenny.
longer
We ain't
bulletproof
discussed that.
Lenny.
Still toxic
I showed
Lenny.
it on Saturday how emotional I am.
We got the panel. Got to discuss
I wrote a
that.
beautiful post that said, I'm inspired by love.
Okay.
Those three things.
Inspired by love. Let's go.
I am no longer those things. I am just Lenny
Hold
G.
that thought.
The G, man. Flatbush
your
Finance,
shit.
Prince here, you know.
Let's go. Let's
Right.
go.
They feel we
Prince of
here.
Flatbush.
Flatbush.
Prince of
Yo,
Flatbush,
let's
you know,
go,
yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, all right. Tony Dre 605 book on Amazon.
Shot
Dating
clock
is a
winding
gamble.
down. Let's go.
Yo, the greatest content creator you ain't never met. I gotta come up with new names.
Let's
you know,
go.
TD Banks when my motherfucking money up, and when I'm kicking that knowledge, shit, you might as well call me Dre PhD Dr. DRAY. You already know.
Hush, aka How You Stop 'Em, aka Voice of Reason. EP out now, Quiet Place, aka Future Godfather / Best Man in the Building.
Well, I'm going to claim that.
He already stated his name for the running.
Right?
Good job.
We out of here. It's fucking political.